Alright, so here we are from where we left off last time. We are getting ready to go and fight the Ender Dragon this time around, now that we have rebuilt our village. So I picked up some water so I could make an infinite water source, and grabbed a boat, and with the Ender Eyes, headed off on the general adventure. After I realized that I didn't have them all with me. I don't really understand the whole tossing up the Ender Eye and figuring out where it goes. I know that I've seen like some people do it where they'll throw it up in the air, head in one direction for a period of time, which I'm not exactly sure, and then they'll throw it up again. I don't really understand how you actually figure out where it's going. I just kind of headed in that direction, and eventually I gave up and that would have been unfortunate. Eventually I kind of gave up and just looked up where the end city is, which some people might consider cheating. I sort of do, but I just don't understand how you're supposed to figure out exactly where the stronghold is and dig down to it. So I headed over to the ocean with my boat. Set it all up and then headed out to find the end city until I got lost and had to find it other ways. So here we are at the general location of the location of the stronghold, roughly. As you can see, I'm trying to find the exact spot that I want to set up camp and dig down into. I've been down this road before, but thankfully this one, because of how it was, after kind of looking around, you could actually see the stronghold kind of poking up out of it. It was all covered by stuff, but it was relatively sealed off. And then I, of course, quickly kind of glanced around and then decided to place a block to prevent any of the mobs from popping up behind me and killing me or knocking me into the lava, because that would have been really unfortunate. But yeah, this one only had like 2 Ender Eyes in it, so thankfully had enough to open the portal and get ready to go in and fight the dragon. And so we prepared ourselves by putting a pumpkin on our head and then headed in. This one was a little bit of a scarier one. Most of the ones that I've had, as you guys have seen, I've spawned in these little rooms, but this one was the first one that actually had a section of the void kind of poking out on the side, and I really didn't appreciate that. Is this a normal thing, or is it because all I know of when I see other people fight the Ender Dragon, they tend to have it be more of a platform, and all the hardcore seeds that I played over this year, none of them did, which I thought was kind of strange. Here I'm setting up my infinite water source so I can do some water buckets. Though I'm not very good at it, I like having the option. And then we just dug our way out until we hit the opening. I went in the direction that I thought that I heard the dragon, so. I got lucky this time, and it was actually this direction, unlike the last time where I dug out and realized I was pointed in the wrong. This time I didn't have a bow that had an infinite supply of arrows, so I had to be a little bit more careful when it came to shooting. As you can see, I'm a real crack shot here, but hopefully I'll eventually get better at this. While I'm trying to do this, be sure you leave a like if you liked the video, a comment if you have any suggestions, and subscribe. By the way, thank you for all the recent subscribers. I really appreciate it. Didn't really think anybody would find this semi-interesting, so kind of a nice surprise. I saw somebody able to shoot through the corners of the cage, which I thought was kind of cool, but I don't know how they did that, so we didn't really attempt that. The nice part is this go. I had the overlay so that I could wander around with the pumpkin on my head without having to look through the pumpkin's head, which was the biggest issue I had when defeating the dragon on hardcore mode. I know that I'm playing this for survival mode in normal mode as opposed to playing in hardcore mode, but this was actually I was nervous going into it, which is why I haven't done it any earlier. I don't know why, because this isn't survival, so I would just respawn. But I was nervous fighting the dragon, and so I was a little hesitant to do it, and so the fact that it wasn't absolutely horrible was kind of a nice change. So I quickly towered up and broke the chain or cage stones. Did the same over here, and then I dug myself down. I didn't bring any building blocks this time around, but thankfully I was able to get some. I think that was a major oversight on my part. I mean, it was fine because there were plenty of blocks here, but definitely didn't prepare as much as I thought that I had. One thing that was a little annoying was how the dragon kind of set up here. This time it worked out all right, but as you can sort of see as I was approaching, there's this wall of stone on the other side, and about half the time the dragon's head would be right inside that, making it a little bit more difficult to hit it. Unlike here, where I am failing at shooting it. I don't think I ever have successfully shot the Ender Dragon. I don't understand. Oh, never mind, I did it right there. Oh, that was cool. I forgot I did that. I know there's a way to turn on like hitboxes in order to hit it more, but I don't know that one. I know I can do like the chunk border one, but I don't know. I haven't figured out the hitbox one yet. Wow, I'm actually hitting that several times. That's kind of cool. It is nice not having to worry about the instrument. But yeah, here you can see he's closer to the mountain, which was super annoying. I ended up carving out some of that mountain later on because it was driving nuts. Then he knocked me out a little bit further, but it wasn't too bad. I think I have thorns on something because sometimes he would run into me and it would end up hurting me, but I can't remember what enchantments are on my armor. One thing I did forget to do was I know that you can use Dragon's Breath to make certain types of potions. I don't remember which types of potions. Here I'm clearing it out because I was done with having the dragon spawn into it. I don't know which potions it is that you're supposed to do it with, and I was a little disappointed when I was fighting the dragon because I realized that I forgot to bring bottles to grab the dragon's breath, which means if I really do need those potions, I'm going to have to do it again. Yeah, as you can see here, I feel like I have thorns on it because he was just kind of running into me and he was still getting hurt. So we carried on fighting it roughly the same way I was hitting it. I know it's better to hit the head of the dragon as opposed to the rest of the body when you're doing it. So we kind of popped in and out doing it that way a couple more times. And then eventually he kind of plopped back down. And as you can see, his health was super low. And it didn't really matter that he wasn't facing the right direction. We were able to just kill him off, which was kind of nice. But yeah, so we defeated the Ender Dragon in survival mode. I don't know if it wasn't as difficult as, obviously it wasn't as difficult in hardcore mode because it's not hardcore mode, but it was also kind of relaxing, strangely, when I was playing it. I was really nervous going into it, but yeah. So we got the egg, which I don't quite know what I'm going to do with yet. I never really got to actually decorate with the egg last time, but we got it. And we have a chamber, and then we kind of glanced around for a little bit, and then with our pumpkin head still on, we returned to the overworld. Where I hadn't set my spawn, and I landed back at our spawn point, which is unfortunate because I didn't remember how to get back to the village from here, resulting in me being very lost and having to walk all the way back to our little village. So anyways, while I do that, I guess I will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.